Good evening. This is the Glamorous Granny. Hi. I know it's pretty. It's like 1:15. This is my high school shirt. If only one. If only for one night. I'm going natural, guys. A little bit. I haven't dyed my hair. Haven't been on a while. Been dealing with some things. Sometimes we got to pull back out of the limelight of doing things and refocus ourselves. It's like putting on a pair of glasses. You gotta refocus. So I'm taking these off so I can read to you. Everything happens for a reason. See? I haven't been on since Mother's Day, May 12th. Been going through it, but I'm pushed forward. The most important lesson. Now you know how to read particular events in your life. The ones whose meaning you were looking for to see. What to do to find real love. This makes it easy to see the Pacific lesson. Cosmic kindergarten. Let me turn it this way. Okay. Cosmic kindergarten was trying to teach you. Of course, everyone learns a slightly different lesson. Still, there's one lesson that came up for so many people and came through so loud and clear that I'll save you the trouble of looking for it. If for some reason you just can't figure out what which you've done differently in the past so you can apply it to your future relationships, apply this lesson and you won't go wrong. Love is richest, most genuine, and most long lasting when you focus on being yourself, doing everything you can do can make it possible for the other person to be him or herself. Just be yourself. You ain't got to put on no facade to say, ooh, I'm all that. And you ain't. You ain't J.D. Rockefeller's daughter. You ain't Hugh Hefner's. You don't live in the big house, in a mansion. Just be yourself. Be true to yourself. The truth about who you are and what you need is going to come out anyway. The sooner it comes out, the sooner you can get on a path where you'll find a real love. This is what Jennifer discovered. When I first talked to her, she was 44, outdoorsy, looking from the waist down, and hiking boots and jeans, like someone who liked to hike in the mountains. But from the waist up, she wore mustard yellow sweater and pearls. Okay? 5 years earlier, her husband had been killed returning from a business trip when his airliner crashed on takeoff. She was still mourning. As we talked, she gave me the impression that they'd been one of those golden couples, happy together and in love, with everything to look forward to. In one moment, her dreams, her future was smashed. That can happen. Things can just come and your dreams just go poof right out the door. All she could do was get with the business, on with the business of raising her son. But on one level, she'd never been able to get back in the swim of life. Sometimes we can't get back into it, but we try. We try. But on some level, she'd never been able to get back into the swim of life, as I said. The sheer senselessness of her husband's death left Jennifer feeling utterly vulnerable. If everything happened for no good reason whatsoever, she said, then nothing made any sense. Why plan? Why have hope? For example, if you never had car accidents, financial hardship, why plan? Why have hope? I could see what was at stake for her. Would she spend her life emotionally crippled by what had happened? Or would she find a way to make peace with it? Finally, be able to embrace whatever life she was meant to live. This would make all the difference between being alone for the rest of her life. All right, move that out of the way. Okay. Finding true love again between feeling that she wasn't stuck in limbo and feeling like herself again. Don't get me wrong, Jennifer said. I think I'm a positive person. I love life. I don't feel guilty about being happy. It's just that, when Everett was killed, I was lost in the darkness. Then things started getting lighter, and I thought, hmm, I'd, I'd get all the way back to the brightness. But I stayed stuck at dark gray. That's why I came to see you, to find the light again. We can go talk to life coaches, pastors, God, to find the light again. Because sometimes we just be like, oh, whoa, this ain't gonna work. So gotta find the light. So I'm gonna read it from here. As we talked, I had the sense that everything hadn't been perfect in Jennifer and Everett's relationships. They didn't have that perfect, happy marriage. The Prince Charles and the Diane and oh, the fancy, you know, all that glitter and gold kind of relationship. This was a sign that there was things Jennifer needed to learn. Cosmic kindergarten can be very hard-nosed school. It will keep you holding you back until you learn the lesson you're needing to learn. This is why many of us are stuck in our lives. Learn already, then you'll be able to move on. Before long, Jennifer opened up to me. Why my up to me. When my husband died, I had all these regrets. God, every time I got mad at him, every time I had wanted to make love, and I put him off. She put him off every time he wanted to be intimate. Have we put people off when they want to have a conversation, or just put them off? Just say, "Oh, I'll get back to you," but in the midst of it, they really need you. Hmm. So this is why many of us are stuck in our lives and learn. Okay, she says she regretted. I had all these regrets. God, every time she got mad at him for asking just to be close to her. I regretted everything, but that's just stuff everyone does. I also started thinking more deeply about my marriage. I started having this whole new regret that even now I have trouble forgiving myself for that I wasn't really myself, whatever. Most of the time, I just tried to be the kind of person he wanted me to be. Sometimes when we're in relationships, we just put on this mask to say, I'm gonna be this way because that's what that person wants, instead of just being true and being yourself, being honest with yourself and just saying, okay, I'm gonna be this way. I'm gonna dress that way, I'm gonna talk that way, I'm gonna walk that way. Then sometimes I'd get in the mood and I'd act mean. Mhm. But neither of those people were really me. I think I'm a dreamer, goofer, more romantic person than I let him see. I like being outdoors a lot more, stuff like that. And the reason this still makes me so sad, tears started flowing down Jennifer's cheeks, is that we were really married. Were we really married? Were we ever really married? Did he ever really love me? If he never knew the real me, hmm, how can somebody love you not if you're not the real you? You run around here being imitation, and some people call it fake. So, gotta be yourself. So you regret the fact that you didn't let him see the real you. Okay, now what are you going to do differently next time? I ask. What do you mean next time? There is no next time. You see, that's why you're stuck. You can't even imagine the next time because you haven't let in the lesson you need to learn. You're caught in a paradox. The bigger the lesson you're needing to learn, the more you think it somehow invalidates your marriage to error. At least that's what you're afraid of. And the less you want to learn that lesson. But you don't need to worry about invalidating your marriage. You're genuine. Grief is all the validation your marriage needs. Now you need to think about moving forward, but that's not going to be possible until you let in the lesson that's standing there right in front of your eyes. You already said what it is. You're right. I haven't really dared to imagine the possibility of being myself in a relationship. Maybe I've been afraid. What a scary thought to just be who I am. That was it. For many people, this is the scariest question they can imagine. Will I still be loved if I show my real self? Hmm. Some people will love you and some people won't. It's the song, as Mary J. Blige said, take me as I am, or you have nothing at all. But if you show who you really are and you're rejected, it hurts, yes, but at least you spared a lifetime of hiding. If you show who you are and you're loved, then you know you're really loved, and it's the only way to feel that you're really loved. That's why a radical decision to be yourself comes up so often for people who have gone through hell to wake them up to the importance of finding real love. It's hard, it's risky, but if you don't show who you really are, you'll never feel really loved. You'll never be able to give the love you're capable of giving. If you think about it a moment, this makes an awful lot of sense. What in the world's a cosmic kindergarten for if it's not about helping you become your best, most authentic self? And where in the world is the most important for this to happen? Then in the land of love. Now we're going to go to solid as a rock. Reason 7 to help you become stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. We're used to that idea, and that the difficulties of life makes us stronger. There's just one problem with this. If I tell you that we are going through some serious difficulty so you can become stronger, you're going to want to know stronger how. Good question. When I talk to people who finally understood that the true reason why something had happened to them was to help them become stronger, they all said that's the reason was to make me stronger. Hmm, good question. To make you stronger, you question that. There's losses of ordeals not only gave them specific strength, it gave them just the strength that they were needing to take the next step into their lives. Maybe something happened to test their patience, but it taught them how to be patient. And that was perfect because they were about to become new parents. Maybe something happened that made them regret terribly that they hadn't listened to themselves, but that made them see how essential it is for them to listen to themselves whenever they make a decision. And that was just what they needed to deal with a time of change in their lives. Maybe they had a heart disease or a cancer scare that forced them to start exercising, eating better, or generally taking good care of their bodies. And that was just what they needed going into middle age. Next topic. Why shouldn't your life be filled with gifts? 3 weeks. I'm not gonna gotta make sure. I'm just gonna reiterate. I'm not gonna go on to why shouldn't your life be filled with gifts. I'm just gonna reiterate it on these different things that they say. Maybe they had a heart disease or cancer scare, but that forced them to start exercising, eating better, and generally taking care of their bodies. And that was just what they needed going into middle age. The topic was solid as a rock to help you become stronger. Maybe something happened that made them regret terribly that they hadn't listened to themselves, but made them see how essential it is for them to listen to themselves whenever they make a decision. Hmm. That was just what they needed to deal with time for a change in their lives. Also, it said maybe something happened to test their patience, but taught them how to be patient. That was perfect because they were about to become parents. It says what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. We're gonna hold off on that. And June 16th, 2024. Remember, solid like a rock. And let's see what we have here. A thought, self control, internal dialogue. What we say to ourselves, opinion usually driven by emotions to belief. Emotion opinions upgrade it into a belief. Self thoughts, opinions, your beliefs are truth. So, this is LESE, also known as Glamorous Granny 7 on TikTok. Remember, internal dialogue, what we say to ourselves, opinions usually driven by emotions to a belief. Emotion, opinions upgrade into a belief. Through opinions, your beliefs are truth. Peace. Remember, everything happens for a reason.